economic production goes, each holding basically half the map. And really, though, the difference here, I would say they're dead even, except for, wow, that massive dropship force for Mania. So I'm going to put Mania a little bit ahead here. He's going to drop all over that force. Just a huge force there, managing to take that out. So he's going to be able to gain the economic advantage here by taking this northern base, unless this force comes up and is able to repel it. But really, if he can manage to even take that gas out, that's going to put him a little bit ahead, and that's what he needs to focus on. He doesn't need to worry about the minerals. He just needs to focus on that gas. He's trying to take out some SCVs here. Some turrets going down in the background there, interestingly enough. I'm not sure what that is, and that Wraith is going to push up and attack. And another huge grouping of dropships coming down, going to drop all over that force there. And that Wraith is probably going to end up getting absolutely worked there by those Goliaths. Mania in firm control and doing what I said, basically what I was hoping he would do at the beginning, and focusing on what works for him. He's going with those dropships, and he's turning this into a fantastic match. I feel like he definitely has the upper hand here, and now I think that he's done enough pressure at that northern location. He stopped the gas production. You don't need to worry about it anymore. Now go for that killer drop on Mine's main. While Mind is out of position and trying to drop that northern location, just switch back and just keep him off balance. And I think Mania is very good at doing that, and I think he will, in fact, with his next drop, kind of go to a different location and push up. And really, as you can see, this is what he's very skilled at, and I think that is kind of his forte. Looks like he's going to dedicate and try to take out a little bit. And 2 Wraiths coming up, but again, 2 Wraiths against that large force of Goliaths, I don't think they're going to be very successful. I think he's just going to attack that engineering bay, force that engineering bay back, kind of for spotting purposes. These tanks, Mind being very aggressive in the meantime, catching Mania out of position. Mania didn't have any defensive forces at that 3 o'clock position, so he's going to inflict some economic damage. Going to put those 2 siege tanks in the background just to kind of defend what's in the background. But I think, Mania being very aggressive in the meantime, and this is just an all-out slaughter fest at this point. Mind just going to do as much damage to the bases with his tanks, while Mania has his dropships out, kind of catching the hunters at play, kind of as you will, attack the home while the hunters are out hunting or whatever. But upper left-hand corner, he's going to lose that expansion, and I think Mind's in a bit of a panic here. He needs to inflict as much damage to the economic holdings that Mania has now, otherwise he's going to fall back economically. This is going to force Mind to be a lot more aggressive, and as you can see, he is being aggressive. I'm surprised that Mania hasn't brought any of those forces back, hasn't supplemented anything to kind of defend. And really, as you can see, kind of sparse holdings. Mind does have his base a little bit better defended, and now he's coming back and dropping all over that. But I think it's a little bit late. It looks like all those SCVs aren't. I take back, not too late here, but wow, dropping a little bit out of position where Mind's tanks basically kind of still at the forefront, so he's going to lose that grouping. So going back to basically reload, and just a ton of tanks for Mind in the ground. That's basically all he's dedicated. About 2 Wraiths and just a ton of tanks, and he's going to siege up again, kind of hopscotching, and that command center floating back to the upper left-hand corner. And I'm not sure if this is equalized, though. I think Mania is now outproducing, at least is economically outproducing Mind, and I still think he's winning the production battle as well. As you can see, a lot of dropships up, and Mania in the meantime going to decide to take that 12 o'clock position instead of worrying about that kind of that 3 o'clock outward position. And I think he's going to try to do another drop, maybe on the natural secondary. Looks like he is still kind of posing there. He's still, but wow, Mind bringing a lot of tanks back, and just going to basically do a tank turret strategy here, and that gas going back up. And yeah, it looks like he's coming back, and he's going to drop all over that, but not being very successful, dropping that especially troop really where he did not want to drop them, kind of in between the 2 siege tank positions. So he's going to lose a lot of forces there, but Mind has a lot of forces to reinforce that. And really, I don't think he should be concerned there. I think he should have pushed that drop into that natural secondary of Mind's, or maybe even on those factories that are out of position there. So let's see if we can get, let me see if I can do a count here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think about 5 holdings for Mind, but one of them is his main, and I think it's entirely out of resources. I don't know how his natural secondary is doing. But Mania in the meantime, 1, 2, oh man, another attack, and Mind doing exactly what he needs to do. He's going to open up the economic game, going to press down on 2 expansions simultaneously here, and take out as many SCVs as he can, and try to equalize that economic advantage. And more dropships coming down, they're going to be able to take out those 2 tanks. Let's see, I really would have split that force in 2. You don't have to dump all of those on just a single grouping, maybe just half and half, yeah, it looks like he's going to just kind of siege and take care of what's left here. But I still think Mania is definitely ahead economically. He's got more holdings, but more tanks coming in the background, and he's just going to ferry them in on the ground. So, and really, trying to, wow, he's going to try to take over that 3 o'clock expansion and take that Comset Center. He can land it right there and take that over, and a lot of tanks down there. And really just with that large force, if he decided to press down, I think he could go down and take that. He might try to siege over the ridge here. Yeah, he is going to try to siege over the ridge here. Going to put up some turrets. And really, it's an interesting battle here. It looks like Mania is going to attack to the north. 2 siege tanks kind of going to get worked a little bit there. I'm surprised he didn't dedicate one of his dropships there. And kind of splitting, as you can see, splitting Mania's forces into kind of 2 directions, kind of guarding both areas with that group. And getting out of siege tank, he's, oh no, losing about 2 or 3 tanks there, out of position. Oh no! Moving him down, he's going to lose that entire force. That was the micro disaster for Mania. And Mania now, I think he's on his back foot now, because as you can see, Mine's starting to press forward, building turrets and pushing in that 12 o'clock expansion with his tanks. That 6 o'clock expansion, still, he does have SCVs built there, but not producing out of there. Those 3 raids being produced, and I think those raids now can